really don't know what to say when it comes down to walking into your purpose. It's hard to explain it. But you hear all these people saying, yeah, you're going to do this, whatever. But, you know, I can just give you a better example. All right, let's say they stole my energy, stole my identity, unalive me. That's what they did. They can call it what they want, hidden or whatever. They unalive me, right? All right, I stepped in my purpose. Now you can call it hidden. And you realize you can't kill no, but chosen one stepped into their purpose. And now you can call it hidden. You can't kill nobody. You're going to kill yourself if you kill a chosen one. You know that already. So, and you know that from just stealing from them, and it ain't working out too good for you. It ain't just the energy here, my family that started. It's new energy that got money and shit and started doing it, and they hurting from doing it. They probably got money, but they hurting from doing it. So, and like if you got diabetes when you started doing them, then 9 times out of 10 to lose that diabetes, you're gonna have to make right by them, or that diabetes is gonna get worse to the point it's uncontrollable. That's the way it goes. That's like on the street when I heal people, when I help heal people through God, that is. When they say they got a problem, it don't matter what it is, it could be anything. I ain't gonna say what it is because you're gonna Dr. Sabi me, but it could be anything. First thing I tell them to look into, we'll look into together, is what harm have anyone in the family done to somebody? What anyone who's close to this particular individual, what are their characteristics, what they got going on underneath it all in closed doors, behind closed doors. And you know, they ain't gonna say that in front of everybody, but you know, they'll tell me that, and they know I ain't gonna tell you nothing about it. That's why when people say they scared of my phone, that's a lie. You can't be scared of my phone if I've been going in on y'all ass this long and I ain't snitched yet. Just like that Michael J. White movie. You know I ain't no snitch. You know what I'm saying? You know I ain't no snitch. That's my boy. But walking into your purpose don't look good. When you a warrior angel, especially a chosen and a warrior angel, 144,000 chosen warrior angel, it was meant for them to unalive me. You get what I'm saying? Let's say I was raped, done in to the utmost. But as I said, it was meant. Now can I wake up? Or will I go to sleep after that happened to me? After whatever drastic happened to me, that's undeniable, but undeniably harsh to the human vessel, to the point where a human vessel just can't bear it. What am I gonna do? Wake up or go to sleep? You ain't got but 2 things to do in that situation. And you can go to sleep, you can act like you woke and sleep and be sneaky doing stupid stuff. But, you know, or you can just wake up. Shoot. That's like I had females, they had these problems back in the day, especially when I was in the street. And I'd be like, what is your problem? And they're like, you know my problem, I said, get over. They be still complaining. They'll tell me this dramatic story that they had when they were young. And I done experienced 20 more stories worse than they story. You know what I'm saying? When they told me I didn't even have no experiences probably. If I did, probably 1 or 2. And here it is, I'm on story 20. And it's 10 years later, and they still causing destruction. And I'm like, what is your problem? You know what I'm saying? I'm telling them, what is your problem? Will you stop already? You know my problem, because they probably on the shed with me. You know my problem. You know what I did, blah, 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 blah. I be like, man, I done went through 20 different problems. I'm still moving forward. What's wrong with you? So it's just like how you take stuff in, man. It's like People weird, bro. All y'all that like, all right, now let me show you how to step into them. I can prove that. You know, in the Bible, I think I read where it said they was virgins. I don't know. I know my life was so drastic and so terrible when it come to relationship. It was like I could tell it was something supernatural going on, and it was just so bad to the point where I was pretty much a virgin, celibate, even when I got married. It was just awful. You know what I'm saying? It was just always something coming up. It was always something getting done. It was always somebody trying to do something slick. And I peep it, you know what I'm saying? When I peep it, I put you in time out. Go on over there and go sleep with whoever you was trying to sleep with before you came over here to me. You know what I'm saying? You just stay on over there and let me take care of these bills, because you ain't going to take care of them that way. And if you keep coming over here, you going to take my bill money over there and give it to Jody. And then you going to make me go over there to Jody and put these hands on Jody. And then I'm going to be the bad guy. That's how I talk to them. They know it. Go ask my ex-wife now. Go on. I don't play with none of them. I don't play with no. Listen, let me tell y'all out there. I was born in these streets and I was forced to stay in my South Node. You know how hard it is for a North Node to stay in their South Node? You might as well put a bullseye on my head. You might as well put a target on my head. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even gotta be no wanted post out. You know what I'm saying? So I had to fight. I ain't had no choice. And them little clowns, my own women, I punk them down. After they size me up, I punk them down like a man. You know what I'm saying? They had a gun and everything on them. I get them in a cubicle, a little cubicle. Yeah, I want to test my speed, to test my might. You go ahead. And my own women would jump on me for them. And that's how I knew they wasn't no good. You ain't got to argue with nobody. You ain't got to fight with nobody. All you got to do is put them to the test and see how they move. If they ain't moving right, get rid of them. And that's why they don't like me. I get rid of them. You ain't got to argue with nobody, bro. You ain't got to go to prison for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I would get into some gangster stuff, but then I'd be the bad guy again. I'll tell you how that move, how you move in the street. Especially when you got somebody sleeping in your bed, you don't know what you sleeping in the bed with. Not these days. This is a perverse world we living in. I keep saying that. Perverse world. That's what everybody needs to pay. Perverse world. Perverse world. Perverse world. This is a perverse world we living in. Perverse world. All of us is in this perverse world. You don't know what's going on around you. Look at how many people that's involved in these little experiments right here. Gotta be at least 70 million. Not just in me. I'm saying, let's say it's 1 of me in the whole world, in a country in the whole world, in a town in the whole world. There's got to be at least 70 million part of this, if not more. And at this rate, they probably needed, and it's an employment, jobs. What are these people gonna go get jobs at? These people, it's cameras everywhere. It's a camera for each 70 million people. It must be 71 million. It's a camera for each 71 million person. And they get paid great money. What we gonna put them? We take that job away. It's worse than taking welfare away. That's how bad this situation is. And that's what we've been working on. I'm finna start digging into this and exposing stuff. Like that basement, like that barn y'all got going on. You over there having pillow dances and going on. You celebrating with pillows, whatever that is. That must be what I wanted to do with the pillow. Put the money in the pillow. I came to that barn. I went to a barn one time. They had all kind of stuff coming to them. And it was a female that's supposed to have been there came to me, but you working for them. And you lucky I won't say your name. But you didn't know I was in the back room and I heard you walk in there. I didn't know what's wrong. I was in there asleep. I wasn't on no drug, honey. You wrote it off as that though, didn't you? But anyway, women. Anyway, basements. Y'all be ashamed of y'allself. All I let you saying, I can't believe that happened to Biggie. I can't believe that happened to Tupac. Y'all got something to do with it. Scared you gonna lose your job. Okay, let me talk about that. I'm gonna get off of that. I ain't even gonna talk about that because YouTube ain't gonna play it. Now, Let me talk about this, how you walk into your purpose. Y'all already in y'all purpose, I can prove. If you're a part of that boring stuff, if you're in any kind of situation, like if you're in any kind of dark situation, and you was called to wake up, there you go. Because what's gonna happen if you wake up in that situation and you walk into your purpose? You're gonna 9 times out of 10 lose everything that you got or gained from that situation. That's gonna be your initiation, the guide, saying, okay, I take this chosen one position. I don't know what 144,000 chosen ones at. Cause they supposed to be out here. Y'all trying to dumb them down. That's what it is. You trying to you chosen. We put you in this house, live good. What? What? Man, we in Revelation, man. What's supposed to be living good about 144,000 chosen? Unless it's time for God to say they live good, for them to live good. God got to put them with their lover and everything. Right now, man is putting them in their house. Man is putting them with a lover. Man is doing everything. That don't count. You got to go through all that. You got to avoid all that and say, I get to this lover by myself. I don't need no barn or no basement to help me get to this lover. And I need y'all to get up out my way. And that's how you practice. That's how you put in motion your power, your spiritual power, your supernatural gifts that comes with being a chosen one. Because they ain't going to be able to kill you. You're going to be able to test the mic. Like my position. I woke up. They broke me down, took everything, took my guns, took it all, stripped me naked. And I still stand tall. And I wish they would. All they've been able to do, all them suckers been able to do to me is get a face chip on here and turn it up and down. Like now. That's all they've been able to do. Get your little face chip, turn it up and down. You got your little button, you get your face chip, losers. Now, but these positions is hard. These positions is tough. They ain't nothing to play with. Nothing to play with. They've been having me, I don't know what the hell this stuff they got going on, but I understand it when it comes down to me playing my role in it. And I don't mind doing it, but I ain't finna burn myself out doing it, because it's a joke. It ain't no joke for me and God, no. But, I mean, it's a joke for me and God, you might well say, because we know what you're doing. We just want to see if you're going to try to get us to do it. And that's exactly what y'all been doing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't force nobody to do nothing. You don't take nobody energy and give them the energy that somebody got me living in is the energy. Somebody switched my energy with a full-fledged crackhead. The end. Crackhead / prostitute. And didn't give a damn. And did it not just to me, but to a whole lot of people. And this is what's causing the corruptness. This is what's keeping our people down. But it's hurting us on a scale way more dramatic, a whole lot bigger scale than what we can even imagine. Especially compared to what I'm on. It's hurting the actual eco. You can't turn light beings. You can't take the energy from light beings and give it to a person that's of the dark. This whole planet core is functioning off of energy. You can't mix up energy, and for y'all out there to be supporting them, this ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm in my pride. I told you come to do the killing, get the killing over with. You done buried me. You should have been there, got the killing done. What's going on? What the problem is? I ain't got no weapons. I ain't got nothing but God. So what the problem is? Chosen one's here for the revelation. And it's here, baby. You better know it. When they woke up, you should have woke up. When they were screaming on YouTube, social media, all the chosen one waking up, chosen, that was the trumpet. Y'all don't even know what trumpet is. You still listening to this guy. This is the trumpet, this guy. That was the trumpet. Y'all just, you're going to keep giving my energy to a whole bunch of losers and expect the Astro to follow you. You're going to be just like the losers who've been sacrificing me since I was born. Losing your mind. It ain't even worth $1. You already done lost y'all mind. A lot of you done already lost your mind. And losing your health too. So it really don't matter. But I'm telling you, that's how you walk into your purpose. You gotta, it's like, that's one thing I realized, it's chosen. Selected 144,000, but it's 8.2 billion people to get 144,000 out of. That's scary. That lets you know when you chosen to be 144,000, you finna go through tests, great trials and tribulation. And you can't fail not one of them. And most of the time when it comes down to sex and money, and especially they're gonna wait till you get through the poverty. They're gonna wait till you got nothing. You ain't got a pot to piss in and one to throw it out of. And you can't even do your hair. You can't even get no clothes. You can't even buy no yarn to make no clothes. And then they're gonna come to you and say, here go you a house. Here go you a lover with a house. You see what I'm saying? You gotta stand up straight. You gotta stand up straight in this. God gotta give you all that. God gotta give you that. And then that's your initiation to being a chosen. If you fail them tests, you might pass all them tests until you get up to that one test where you struggling, you just, oh, I can't take no more. That's it. That's that main test right there. But something happens when you just turn that down, because I did. I turned that down when they came to me. And I felt bad for about 24 to 42 hours. But after that, God started giving me the gifts that was going to be entitled to me if I passed the test. And they was well worth it. Because I could smell y'all from miles and miles and miles, a million miles away. I could smell you on social media. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never even got to meet you. Y'all playing childish games in a grown-up game. You know what I'm saying? You playing, like I said, like they say all the time, you playing checkers when we playing above chess. We above chess at this moment. This is above chess. You know what I mean? So I don't know what y'all got going on out there, but I told God, okay, I'm done. I can't tell God nothing. I asked God, but God already told me like 2 or 3 days ago though. So this is what he said. I'm gonna show you and tell you what he said. Dissolve that. It's over. It was over a week ago. Y'all still going. Y'all over there having pillar dances with my money. They gave my energy to a whole bunch of, I ain't even gonna say it no more, 'cause I don't want to disrespect y'all, even though you disrespected me. How you disrespect me? You disrespect me because you illegally took my child away, took my money away, took my life away, took my security away that I worked for. I ain't talking about that inherited money. You could have kept that money. You took my security from me because you were jealous. You was a whole narcissist. You hated the fact that I didn't need that money, but you couldn't even do it in my face. I would have signed you over the money if you'd have came to my face. Oh, you can have this. I ain't finna even worry about it. Now you gotta look over your shoulder, because my ancestors on your case. They enjoying they say, I told them to take their time. I ain't got nothing but time to wait. I ain't got nobody. I ain't never had no lover. I ain't no lover out there. I ain't never had a lover. I ain't no lover waiting on me. God built me perfectly for this situation. Y'all stepped into some shit now. I'm a whole pillar in this bitch. A tool for God. And y'all fell for the bait. Now how you gonna get loose? How you gonna get away? You in my pond. You in my river. You in my sea. You in my ocean. Now, I love this. I've been doing this since I was a baby. I got a whole fishing net full of haters. Now, anyway, as we pray, amen.